them to take away from my cooking class the pride, and that when they know they invite guests over, they have full confidence. They've cooked it with me. They can take it home and cook it for their guests, and their guests are going to rave about their food. And I know that for a fact because they call me again and again and say, oh my God, I cooked for 8 people and I used your recipe, this recipe, and everybody enjoyed themselves. I know when everybody leaves this cooking class, they're really happy, and the reason I know that is because they sign up again and again and again. The minute I post it on my website, the next class and what the menu will be, on the internet or however they book, I don't even know because I'm illiterate to internet, but they book classes again and again, so I know whatever I've done, they've taken it home and they're going to use it.
That was Cindy's idea. She said, you know what, there's so many people asking me about a cookbook, about classes, does she do classes? So she thought, no better way than to test recipe than to get paid testing recipes. So what it's come down to is we do these interactive cooking classes. In every class we do 3 different courses, an appetizer, main course, and dessert. And the customers come in and pay us to test our recipes. But at the same time, they have a great time. I mean, we pair wines with each course, so they're getting education on wines along with cooking with food. They actually touch the food, they actually cook the food, and then they eat the food. So, rather than going into an auditorium and someone up front cooks for them and says, doesn't that smell good, but you're not going to taste any, you get to touch it, cook it, eat it, smell it. You do everything. And that's was Cindy's whole concept, and it's worked, and it's very popular. And I mean, if we had more time, we'd do more classes. It's just, with everything going on, it's exhausting.
A lot of them come to have a good time and really see it, and maybe they'll use a recipe or 2 and have a great time doing it, and it'll be easy for them. But on a whole, maybe out of a class of 24, there are 3 that have the passion of cooking, and they are like so enthralled. They're the ones that walk up to my table while I'm cooking and stand there and ask me questions. Those are the people that want to cook either for a living or just, they have this dream, oh, I want to open a restaurant.
Satisfied, exhilarated, thinking they learned something new, even if it's maybe how to put salt and pepper on a piece of meat or to combine a couple of spices they never thought they could do before. The basics. If not anything, a good time, a good meal, and walk away going, wow, what a better way to cook my own lunch, enjoy it and with some friends and meet some new friends and new acquaintances, and because everyone's different and everyone's new, and it's great to see total strangers at the end exchanging numbers and saying, hey, when you come in the next class, or hey, let's go out for dinner, or what have you. It's good to see what we can bring to the table and what they get from the table and what they walk away with.
My major tip is recipes are written as a guideline. They are not written in stone. Variables change. Sweetness in fruits, flavors in vegetables, and the height of season. You can get a tomato off season that has no flavor whatsoever. So now you need to add more sugar or salt to that to bring out the flavor. Or you can get a tomato in the height of season, which requires no sugar, no salt. So as a chef, my main thing is read a recipe, and if you have the passion in you to cook, you go from there. And you take it to where tasting is really important. Have your tasting spoons and taste the whole while you're cooking.
So Cindy wants them to familiarize themselves with ingredients that they know but never have had them put together. She's taking an orange with maybe a grapefruit and making a citrus salad and maybe throwing a protein in there, and something that people are accustomed to but never think you can add them together. They're not complex, they're very simple. It's something that you can find in everyone's pantry. Put it together and come up with an incredible meal. But you want them to taste the incredible flavors, and almost like it's chemistry, because when you make 2 spices together, they make a whole nother flavor for your buds.